Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Saturday, June 7th, 2025. Well, in today's video, we're going to discuss and explore what is going on with this very public perceived feud between Elon Musk and President Trump. Tensions have flared recently between the two, with public jabs and disagreements sparking debates and lots of chatter on social media, both the mainstream and the alt media. From Trump's pointed remarks to Musk's cryptic posts on X, their clash blends ideology, policy, and big personal egos. Does it feel like a special theme week on Family Feud or an event for the WWF? Let's see what the tarot has to say about it today. Okay, I didn't want to take too long to outline what the clash is. Recently, Elon Musk stepped back from leading the Doge team on the audits for the US government, and uh, he's said some things critical about this big, beautiful bill that Trump seems to want passed. And Trump then kind of did some low blows. He was the first one with the low blows, as far as I can see, on social media. But it all seems a little inorganic to me. That's why I labeled my thumbnail the way I did. But I'm open to being wrong or to finding out that there's a lot more going on than meets the eye. And that's what the tarot's for. So I'm going to be asking with a yes or no element to the question, the tarot, about this feud that's been going on now for several days. Is it a distraction? Is there an agenda at play that we're not aware of, but we could be? Let's find out. I'm going to work with the cards and you'll watch me do that, and we'll find out together the answer to our question, which is this truly a an organic, a natural occurring feud between Trump and Musk, plus additional insights and information about what is going on between the two of them? Personally, I think men that have the acumen to become billionaires in their lifetime and the backing to become billionaires in their lifetime know how to keep their true emotions out of the public eye. So I think a lot of this is stage drama, but I could be wrong. Let's find out. So what is going on? Oops, we had a jumper. King of Swords, I'll set it here. That's one of my Mr. T cards. What is going on with this perceived public feud between Elon Musk and President Trump? My yes or no element is this truly a the feud that they want it to seem to be? Was it organic in origin, plus additional insights and information? So yes or no, was this an organic feud that just kind of sprang up between two very strong egos, plus additional insights and information? Okay, I'm gonna put this, since it jumped out, but I don't want to not give it its place in the sun. I'm gonna put that card there, see if it has any impact on it. I'm already chuckling. We have the Five of Wands for our first card, our first official card. Another five with the Five of Pentacles. We have the Six of Wands. It's not looking like it occurred naturally to me. Let's see. Page of Swords. Looking ahead a little bit, we've got the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. So the clash is very public, but we're not getting any kind of definite yes that it's naturally occurring. It seems to be somewhat staged. I'll share a few more of my insights with you. Okay, now intuitively, what I'm getting, and seems to be bolstered by the cards, is the fact that, first of all, this wasn't organic in nature. It is kind of a staged event that they've decided to. There's more going on here than meets the eye. There's more to the agenda here, and it's not going to last very long. It is to some extent a distraction, trying to keep us from looking at other things. So think of other things that have been in the news, whether it is the certain corporations that there's been some information about or what have you, and see if we don't have some things that we should have been keeping our eyes on. And this was, and to some extent, a chess move distraction type of thing. Okay, but this feud between them, it's very public. The fives indicate that it's temporary in nature. Okay, it is a staged event. However, there's a purpose to it. And I think part of this purpose is the fact that there's some items in the bill that, despite the fact that Trump's calling it a big, beautiful bill, there's things he really doesn't want it to pass. I don't think he's done a complete about face from his stance from 2013 on. The government needs to be smaller and spend more responsibly. I don't think so. I think some of these chess moves are him saying, "Hey, since they oppose everything I'm for, maybe I should seem to be for some things I'd rather have tweaked a little bit." So I think that might be what's going on here to a great extent. Now, our page here for the current is a card that talks about perception and diplomacy. So, and the King of Swords is known, and that's one of my Mr. T cards. The King of Swords is known for diplomacy. We've got a lot of diplomacy showing on, even though it's a public feud. It seems rather, banal and low class. There's a purpose for it, okay? It's being staged for a reason. Now, what is a reason? Let's look ahead here a little bit. First of all, like I said, I think the swords and swords are suit for words written and spoken. I think there's some things it's indicating there's some things in the bill they'd really like to have tweaked, and President Trump is seeking anti-support for that, actually. The 10 indicates that this is kind of going to come, like I said, short-lived. It's the distraction of the week. It's the drama of the week. It's titillating. It's interesting, but is it genuine? Not necessarily. Let's get some more cards and see what the universe wants us to know. We have the Two of Wands, Knight of Swords, Seven of Cups. Yep, it's a show. And the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so I don't think this is a genuine feud between the two of these gentlemen. And I think the cards are bearing that out quite nicely. We have the Two of Wands saying, they're going to be looking in the future at things in a different way. There's going to be some changes coming, kind of on the wind. And the Knight of Swords is hinting at some discoveries that may actually happen. So that's kind of interesting to me to see that there's going to be some information that comes out as a result of this. Now, part of that is one of the chess moves in play here is by Musk saying that Trump's name shows up on the Epstein flight logs. It's made people that weren't even calling for the disclosures there asking for them. The people with TDS. They want to see those now. And indeed, we know his name is on those logs, but he never went to the island. So let them look. We need them out. We need to have eyes on. And if this is kind of a backdoor way to wake people up, so be it. We have the Seven of Cups showing up here saying, lots of smoke and mirrors going on. So again, just kind of a more of the reassurance to us that this isn't a genuine feud, that these two billionaires aren't genuinely fighting like children in the schoolyard or teenagers having a text war and bullying event going on. That's not it at all. So that's good to see. It's we can enjoy it. It's not organic, and there's some purposes to it, and some of them are actually pretty good. So let's recap. President Trump and Elon Musk have had a very public feud going on this week. There's been some criticisms of policy, which, if you're making policy for, I don't care if it's for a corporation or for a nation, you have to be willing to take that people have the right to criticize or not be proponents of all elements of whatever you're doing. But there was some criticism, then there was some mudslinging, and now we hear President Trump saying that the Tesla he bought in March that he wasn't allowed to drive anyway because of Secret Service rules for protecting our president. He may be selling it. It's just crazy. He doesn't plan to talk to Elon anytime soon. There's lots going on. This is a staged event. The cards kind of carried that out for us, and I'll show you some of the elements of the card. It's cards that told us that. First of all, the whole thing is encapsulated with this, not a major arcana, the Five of Wands. Fives are temporary situations, and wands are lots of, actions going on. It was paired up with the Five of Pentacles. Okay. And again, temporary situations. The falling out is not genuine. It's happening in the public sphere pretty much only. Okay. These two guys have thick skins. They're not going to get their feelings hurt that easily, or, they wouldn't be where they are. The recent past card was the Six of Wands, which says victory. So it's actually going just exactly the way we wanted to. Now, some of what I got from the cards that they're going for with this. First of all, despite the fact that Trump is touting this big beautiful bill, I think there's some elements of it he wouldn't mind having removed and taken from it. And I think he's found that the best way to get what he wants is to seem like he doesn't want it. So I think that's part of what's going on. The other elements of the card said that we're going to have some discoveries. And indeed, because of that hint by Musk about the Epstein information, there's been people that never before wanted to see those flight logs, that information, those files, and now they're asking for it. So it really has done a lot to push for disclosures. So that's two benefits that the card spoke to in this that seem to be going on. Our takeaways indeed are that this is a staged event. It wasn't so much meant to distract us, but it's serving a purpose. It definitely is. And anytime something could be presenting a distraction element, search the headlines, ask what news stories got pushed out of the public eye when something like this took so much of the media attention and spotlight and focus. Is always good to do. So anyway, let's hope people keep wanting to see those logs and those files and get as much of that information out there and maybe take some action on it, or finally go public on action that was taken on it. And let's see if that big, beautiful bill can't be pared down to a more manageable size. And let's hope our government continues to hear the energy of most of us that say spend responsibly. I have to live within my means. You need to too. End of story. That's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time and your attention. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're a newer subscriber, I welcome you and thank you for being here. You'll need to frequently check and make sure you're still subscribed, because often people, without us doing it, get unsubscribed. I've got people that have had to resubscribe 4 or 5 times. And so I really appreciate the tenacity there. This little channel has grown against a lot of odds. Appreciate each and every one of you. I intend to be back later with a short wee bits, and the reason I'm doing those is I felt like the universe wanted to just give some general advice to people and didn't want to always be speaking of current events, and I felt like there was a need for an outlet there. So just some little short wee bits going to be coming your way. We'll see what the universe wants us to know today that has nothing to do maybe with current events, but just on living our best lives as our best selves. Until next time, if you're willing to receive it, I send you love, light, and I wish for you everything bright.